10 years ago I was on the brink. I hid my real self around people through positivity. No one could get past my walls. I'm just tired was my mantra. Question anyone who recites those words. Addicted to the escape, I played video games late into the night. It was easier to play till my eyelids fell shut than to stare a hole into my bedroom ceiling. It wasn't until my second year of uni when I began to unravel this negativity. But before I could climb out of this emotional well, the downward spiral deepened. I'd been drinking heavily with friends for a long time, but I began smoking and doing drugs. It was my personal vendetta against a world I saw as broken beyond repair and devoid of meaning. In 2012, I went on a quest to find out the answer to one question. Are people really happy, or is everyone pretending? I hitchhiked and filmed a trip from Edinburgh to Bordeaux with my best friend. We asked the strangers who picked us up for their take on love and happiness. I made that trip a part of me, guiding me towards a life of adventure and movement. I began helping out at a media company attached to my university, where I deepened my camera skills. Though externally I was making progress, internally I was a mess. I was lost and empty. One unforgettable morning, I tried to change all that. I tried to kill myself. This was a turning point. I awakened to what I'd been doing to myself. I saw a doctor who enlightened me to the concept of a diet more varied than pizza and beer. I quit smoking. I skipped my university graduation and took my broken car around the UK with my new girlfriend. We climbed mountains and slept in the car for 6 weeks. Climbing mountains made me feel alive. My next adventure was a job photographing lions in South Africa. It was my first real dip into the world-expanding experience of travel. I witnessed human cruelty up close and became a vegetarian. For years following, I worked in film and traveled interchangeably. Nature was my medicine. I secured a position at a relatively prestigious animation studio, but I had to wait for the film to start. To kill time, I took a course and got a job teaching English in China. I thought this might be a type of travel I could enjoy. It wasn't. I felt trapped by the tedium of the job. When the company announced I would be taking on more classes, I quit. I returned to England with a plan. I asked my parents for a loan and bought an ex-Royal Mail van. For the next 6 weeks and many weekends afterwards, I converted it into a mobile home. I also started work at the film studio. During downtime and weekday nights, I taught myself to code. With my new skills, I built myself a hiking website. But things started to go wrong. I had inadvertently pushed my body beyond its limit. Something inside me snapped. A pain formed whenever I used my right arm. The short story is that this worsened until both of my arms became pain-infested and useless. I couldn't drive, type, or cut up food. I was forced to move back home with my parents. The next 6 months were the darkest of my life. I stared out the window at my big red van and ached as my dreams crumbled. Existence inside my body was pure torture and my life a waking nightmare. Electric pulse therapy, doctor's rooms, disability aids, monotony, hopelessness, loneliness, struggle, and continuous pain. MRI scans and other tests led me to conventional medicine's conclusion and my last hope, a neurologist. He looked me directly in the eyes and told me, "Sometimes we have to learn to live with these things." I refused. I told myself if doctors couldn't fix me, I would fix myself. I discovered a book which taught me that I had something called myositis pain syndrome. Within a week, I was able to control the pain. At any moment, I thought I'd blink and wake up. The gratitude and appreciation I had for my new life was unparalleled. I won an international photography competition. My website was enrolled in a government business scheme. I started printing and selling my photographs. I ran a winter skills course in Scotland and photography skills days. I joined a marketing team in China to learn how to promote my website. I sold my van, paid back the loan to my parents and bought a one-way ticket to Guilin. It was there that I met Ella. Our lives collided atop a mountain at the beating heart of Yangshuo. The setting sun backdropped a conversation that would become the first of thousands. For the first time in my life, I started waking up with a smile on my face. Every day was exciting with Ella. We traded languages. We reveled in the everyday. We made films and witnessed the coronavirus ripple through China. We moved out together, and in an instant, it dawned on me how Ella had improved every individual facet of my life. I proposed to her days later. We married near her hometown in Zhengzhou. We then slow traveled through Western China making films. We were blessed with remote, enchanting regions and encounters with kindred spirits. During this time, our social media picked up in China. We were extremely grateful and in total disbelief that people cared about our films and us. We made an ebook. The DJI Skypixel competition selected my film as a staff pick. I began translating articles from Chinese to English. My life's chapter in China was put on pause when my brother announced his wedding. We relocated to England to celebrate. I introduced Ella to friends and family. It was total bliss to unite with them after my time away. We continued our journey across Europe to Montenegro and later Albania, where we are now. More than ever, we're making the films we love and living the life we envisioned together. My road through life thus far has been entirely inconceivable. In the words of one Chinese idiom, there's been 万水千山. Though I can't know what's ahead, I can say with a full heart and a joyful mind that I am exactly where I want to be. I'm not the lost soul I was 10 years ago.